Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack, and as promised, today we do an unboxing of my new hand grinder. Ooh. That's my new Kinu Phoenix hand grinder. So I've been thinking, my K-Max, I've tested it, I put it through all different tests. It was always, if not perfect, then was always very good. Doesn't matter if it's espresso pour over against other electric grinders that I have, against my entry level Timemore C2. It was always very good. A grinder that I honestly love. I take it for my holidays. I take it when I go away for a day or so. And I thought, that K-Max was great, but I don't really have any experience with those higher end hand grinders. So how could I honestly recommend K-Max if I haven't compared it to anything in the similar price range? And that's why today, that's why I decided to buy a Phoenix. You may ask me, why Phoenix, why not the Kinu Classic or whatever? Well, it's a price, yeah, and it's about the same price range as a K-Max. Maybe well, I think I paid £15 more for this one, but the price is different wherever you buy it. I thought, well, I don't wanna overspend, okay? And all of the Kinu grinders, they have the same grinding burrs, the same burrs. They grind exactly the same. The difference is the amount of plastic inside. Okay, so this one will have lots of plastic. The Kinu Classic, it's almost purely made out of stainless steel. So that's the difference. I'm not going to keep two hand grinders, so by the end of my tests, one of them will find a new home. I will sell one of them, and we will see which one. So let's do the unboxing. So here we have it. Nice, well, a box like a box, Kinu logo on it, fragile handle with care. Knowing my luck, there will be another box inside. I bought it from Sigma Coffee UK, and inside we've got a carrying case. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I have to say I like this carrying case a lot. Kinu logo here. It's relatively hard, so it will keep the grinder protected. Lots of us actually travel with the hand grinders when we go for holidays, so yeah, that's really useful. So let's open it. Okay, here it is. So it says that we should start with the initial settings at 1.5 rotation. Anything inside here? Yeah, there is a manual, so we know everything about this grinder in 4 or probably more than 4 languages. I have to say that it's a better experience than I was expecting, Okay. So that's a handle. Unfortunately, it's not wooden, it's plastic. Feels okay. I mean, it is plastic, but it feels okay. Relatively light. Ugh. Grinder itself, though, it's heavy, and that's probably not including the one that is purely for travel. This is probably the lightest of the Kinus. That's a Kinu Phoenix, so the lightest of them all. So lots of plastic, but the main body is still made out of stainless steel, no aluminium. It fits really nicely in the hand. Anything else in the box? No, but the box itself, I mean, the item really feels secure in this box. So now let's open it. Now we take this. Okay. We open this. So that's the downside of taking the cheaper version. This feels, I mean, this feels light, but this feels very thin. What I normally like to do when I finish my grinding, I like to bang a few times to make sure that all the grinds end up in the container. This feels very light. I probably wouldn't do that. There is that O, so it's not secured by any magnet. There's just that piece of rubber, that O-ring, and every now and then you need to replace it. We've got some replacements here. We've got 1 and 2, so we've got 2 O-ring replacements. And that tells me a few things. First of all, it's nice that the company supplies this, but then they probably expect them to be replaced relatively often. Otherwise they wouldn't, I mean, it doesn't cost them much, but they wouldn't give you that if it wasn't necessary. So possibly you can expect this to be replaced often. I've read the stories on the internet that this catching cup, it can break very easily, and yes, it feels very cheap plastic. Now I want to show you the burrs. This grinder is very easy to open. Okay, so I just remove the top and then I slowly take this apart. See, look how easy it is to open. So the burrs are 47 millimeters. That's a steel burrs, anodized steel burrs, something kind of similar to Comandante, but obviously bigger, and probably geometry it's a bit different as well. Very easy to clean. The important bits are made out of stainless steel, but it is lots of plastic. So you've got those plastic supports here. There will be some plastic inside. So obviously the longevity of this one won't be as good as the main Kinu Classic, but it is lighter. Let me put it together. So on here, if you can see, is that notch here, and that tells you, well, basically where you are, tells you the settings, and it only fits here one way. And the nice thing is that it is on a 0 immediately from the beginning. It is on the 0, so you don't have to look for the 0 because the grinder is set on the 0. To assemble it, you put the shaft here. If you want to change the settings, you would have to open it slightly and then rotate. So you have to count, unfortunately, you will have to count the rotations. So they said that to start with 1.5 rotation. So now I'm on the 0, okay, and now I'm on a 1 full rotation and 5 of the small rotation. So lots of adjustments. I mean, it's clearly visible to the eye. It's not as difficult as it sounds, and it's very easy to find the 0. So that's another big plus. But probably it's not as easy settings, or at least you have to get used to the settings on this. It's much easier to adjust the settings on the KMax, but here you've got many more settings. Okay, so obviously I put it the wrong way around, but then the knob has to be on the top, and then once you have your settings on, you screw it back in so it's secure, and then you have it. I mean, it feels that nice Kinu rubber, so it gives you a proper grip. This plastic cap I hate. Feels heavy. Let's see how heavy it really is. Almost 710 grams. So that's a still heavy thing. The bag itself is another 410. It would be well over 1 kg of coffee equipment if you want to take it. I have to say, I thought it will look worse. It's just that there's a ton of plastic here, okay? But because of obviously they are cutting costs, so there's a ton of plastic. Yeah, so here we have it. Here we have it, my new addition to the grinders collection. That's a Kinu Phoenix. Parts of it I love immediately. Some bits I'm not a big fan of. But the most important, and honestly, that carrying case, because I wasn't expecting that, that's something that surprised me. But the most important thing for I think for most of us is how it grinds, how the coffee tastes from it. So in a future videos we will test it. I will put it into the test against my KMax for espresso. This is more like an espresso grinder, but we will do the pour over on this one as well. So we will see how it handles the pour overs. And obviously we will test it against my electric grinders. So Eureka Oro, Niche, and Solo. Because the question is, you know what, if this can grind as well as any of those grinders, what's the point of spending so much money for electric grinders if you can have a hands-on experience? So guys, leave me comments in the description below. Have you had an experience with Kinu grinders? How do you like it? What are the good bits about it? What are things that you would change about those grinders? Any tips are more than welcome. Definitely click like, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you soon. My name is Jack, this is my coffee show, and see you next time. Thank you, bye.